Days of Our Lives spoilers October 15th. Sophia confesses. Days of Our Lives spoilers October 15th. Sophia's confession ignites a Salem inferno. Salem's carefully constructed facades are about to shatter. In a stunning episode airing October 15th, a single, tear-streaked confession from the seemingly fragile Sophia will send shockwaves through the town, proving that the past is not just prologue, it's a live wire, waiting to electrocute the present. The October 15th episode of Days of Our Lives, titled Truths and Consequences, is not merely another chapter in the soap's storied history. It is a narrative earthquake. The long-anticipated confession from Sophia, a character who has lingered on the periphery of chaos, promises to unravel mysteries, destroy alliances, and redefine the very power structure of Salem. This isn't just a spoiler, it's a warning. The calm is over. The calm before the storm. A gathering of players. The episode opens with an almost palpable tension, the kind that settles over Salem like a thick Salem fog before a tragedy. The setting is primarily the Kyriakis mansion, where Victor's legacy continues to dictate the movements of his heirs. Alex Kyriakis, having recently tasted both professional success and the bitter dregs of romantic failure with Teresa, is attempting to project an image of unshakable control. He's the new king of the Kyriakis castle, but his crown is precarious. Across town, Teresa Donovan is applying her lipstick with a steady hand, a small act of defiance against the turmoil in her heart. Her world, built on a precarious mix of genuine affection for Alex and a desperate, calculated scheme, feels like it's balancing on a knife's edge. She believes the worst is behind her, that the secret she and Brady share is safely buried. And then there is Brady Black, the heir apparent to the Black name, a man perpetually caught between his better angels and his worst demons. On this day, he's playing the role of protector, his concern for Teresa masking a deeper, more gnawing anxiety about the house of cards they've built together. Unseen by these central players, Sophia is preparing for her own reckoning. Guided by the ever-perceptive Marlena Evans, she has reached a crossroads. The weight of her secret, a burden she has carried like a millstone, has become too heavy to bear. There's a moment in therapy, Marlena would later confide to John, when a patient realizes that the pain of silence is greater than the pain of truth. Sophia reached that moment. The confession, a tapestry of truths unraveled. The confrontation doesn't happen in a therapist's office. It happens in the heart of the Kyriakis living room, a space synonymous with power, deception, and family drama. Alex has called an impromptu meeting, intending to solidify his and Teresa's future. He believes he is in control of the narrative. He could not be more wrong. Sophia arrives, ushered in by a concerned Maggie. Her entrance is meek, but her eyes hold a terrifying resolve. The pleasantries are short-lived. As Alex begins to speak about moving forward, Sophia's voice, quiet but clear, cuts through him. "I can't let you do this, Alex. I can't let you build a life on a lie." What follows is not a single, monolithic admission, but a cascade of revelations, each more devastating than the last. First, the truth about the accident. Sophia confesses that the night of the car crash, the incident that left her with amnesia and made her a pawn in a larger game, was not a simple case of her being in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was there by design. "I saw them," she whispers, her gaze shifting from Alex to Teresa. "I saw Teresa and Brady together in the alley behind the Brady pub. They were arguing, but it was intimate, desperate. I knew then that their connection wasn't just about business or family. It was something more." This revelation alone is a bombshell, confirming Alex's deepest suspicions about Teresa and Brady's bond. But Sophia is only just beginning. Second, the truth about her alliance with Constantine. In what may be the episode's most shocking twist, Sophia reveals that her vulnerability was exploited by the duplicitous Greek schemer. But not in the way everyone assumed. She wasn't just a passive victim. "He knew I had seen something that night," she explains, tears now flowing freely. "He approached me when I was at my most confused. He didn't just plant ideas in my head. He weaponized my fragmented memories. He knew about Teresa's financial scheming against Maggie, and he used my recollection of her and Brady to craft a larger narrative, one where he could control the Kyriakis fortune. I was his proof of concept, his living, breathing clue. This admission reframes the entire Tate's paternity saga. It was never just about Teresa's greed. It was a multi-layered conspiracy with Constantine pulling the strings, using Sophia's trauma as a key instrument in his orchestration. Third, and most devastatingly, the truth about her own heart. As a stunned Alex processes this information, his anger begins to boil over. He feels betrayed by everyone. But Sophia saves her most personal confession for last. "Do you know why this has been so impossible for me, Alex?" she asks, her voice breaking. "It wasn't just the fear or the confusion. It was you. Every time you were kind to me, every time you tried to protect me, it felt like a knife twisting in my gut. Because I remember everything now. I remember that night clearly. And I remember that the reason I was even on that street was because I was coming to see you." She reveals a previously unknown history, a series of deep, meaningful conversations they shared in the weeks leading up to the crash, a connection that was blossoming into something real before it was violently severed. "I was falling in love with you, Alex, and I've been living with the guilt of knowing that my silence was enabling the woman who helped destroy our chance before it even began." The fallout, a city in chaos. The silence that follows her confession is more deafening than any scream. The fallout is immediate and catastrophic. For Alex Kyriakis, this is a triple betrayal. Teresa's ongoing deception, Brady's complicity, and the realization that the woman he viewed as a victim was, in fact, a tragic figure connected to him in a way he never imagined. His rage is not just hot. It is cold, calculated, and dangerous. The entire foundation of his relationship with Teresa is not just cracked, it is pulverized. His trust in his own judgment is shattered. This sets him on a dark path, one where vengeance may become his sole purpose, potentially aligning him with darker forces in Salem to dismantle Brady and Teresa completely. For Teresa Donovan, the ground has vanished beneath her feet. Her scheme is exposed in the most humiliating way possible. But worse than that, the genuine feelings she developed for Alex are now irreparably poisoned by her lies. She loses not just a wealthy partner, but the man she loves. Her desperate attempts to explain will fall on deaf ears, forcing her back into a corner with Brady, a partnership now born of shared ruin rather than shared ambition. For Brady Black, this public exposure is a nightmare. His role as Teresa's co-conspirator, motivated by a complex mix of old passion and a desire to protect his son Tate, is now out in the open. His credibility as a CEO and as a man is in tatters. The conflict with Alex will escalate from a corporate rivalry to an all-out personal war, with the potential to draw in the entire Brady and Kyriakis clans. And for Sophia, in confessing, she has freed herself from the prison of her silence. But her freedom comes at a tremendous cost. She has alienated the man she loves by revealing the depth of her past feelings at the worst possible moment. She has made a powerful enemy in Teresa and Brady, and she has thrust herself directly into the center of Salem's most volatile feud. Her journey is no longer that of a victim on the mend, but of an active, tragic player in the game. A new chapter for Salem. The October 15th episode of Days of Our Lives is a masterclass in payoff. It demonstrates that the most powerful stories are not about shocking events, but about the shocking emotional consequences of those events. Sophia's confession is the pebble thrown into the pond, and the ripples will be felt for months to come. It redefines relationships, creates new, unexpected alliances of necessity, and sets the stage for a brutal battle for control of both Titan and the very soul of Salem's first families. The confession doesn't solve anything. It detonates the status quo. As the dust settles on October 15th, one thing is certain. In Salem, the truth isn't just a weapon. It's the match that lights the fuse.